Hello everyone, welcome to Voxcel. I hope you are doing well. In this video, we're gonna discuss IELTS GT Book 20th, first test, first section, basically section 1. So, without further ado, let me start. So, this is our latest book of from IELTS. So, we will discuss the first section. So, if you have watched my previous videos, you should know how we begin. We begin by reading the title of the passage. So, the title says top campsites to visit. So from the title it's quite obvious that the paragraph is about the different campsites, okay, and they will be given some kind of information regarding that campsite, those campsites, and we have to solve the questions according to that. So now we will not read the paragraph just yet, we will go straight to the questions and see what kind of questions we are dealing with. So questions 1 to 14, and for this paragraph we have to solve questions 1 to 5. So if you are a student of GT, you should know in GT section 1 and section 2 are usually divided into 2, sometimes 3, but most of the times you will see section 1 and section 2 being divided up in 2 paragraphs. So for the first part of the section 1 or first paragraph of section 1, we have to solve questions 1 to 5. In academic, all paragraphs are like there are 3 paragraphs, reading passages 1, 2 and 3, and they are not divided into any paragraphs. Clear? So this is the difference in the division of the reading paragraphs. So let's see. So for questions 1 to 5, you will see questions on the right hand side. Look at the 6 reviews of campsites A and F. So we have been given 6 campsites. For which campsite are the following statements true? So we be very careful about this. You should not write true, false in front of these questions, because I have seen students do these kind of mistakes when they are new. So here they are saying these statements you have to tell they are true for which of the following campsites. Clear? So we have to write what you have to write the correct letter A to F in boxes 1 to 5. For example, whatever information is given, like whatever information is in the first question, wherever in whichever campsite this information is given, or for whichever campsite this information is true, we will write that alphabet in front of it. For example, if this information is given in A paragraph, we will write A in front of it. If it's given in B, we will write B. If in C, we will write C. I hope it is clear. Now let me do this. So first what we're going to do is we're going to read the questions, try to understand the differences in these, and then we will read the A paragraph. Then we will try to find this. Now one thing, it's quite clear, we have 6 campsites A to F, but how many questions do we have? 5. So there will be one paragraph who will not, or who doesn't have, or which doesn't have any answer. I hope it is clear. So obviously, because we have 5 questions and A to F means 6 paragraphs, so one paragraph is extra. So first question, you can pay to hire a tent at this campsite. So in whichever campsite where you can pay to hire a tent, that campsite will be your answer. Meaning to say, you can give money to hire a tent for, like, just they will first, one more thing, first things first, you will not be given the same exact words, but you will be given the paraphrasing or rephrasings of these kind of information. Let's just say pay to hire a tent, there may be written like you can buy a tent for like 1 day or something like that, or you can hire a tent for 1 day, something like that may be given in your paragraph. Second, there is a short period each day when you cannot use the shower. So in whichever tent, or sorry, campsite, if there is some particular period of day every day in which you cannot use the showers, that campsite will be your answer. So now can you tell me how these words can be paraphrased? Short period each day. Yes, instead of this it could be written that you cannot use this campsite in the afternoon for 2 hours, something like that, or for 15 minutes. So you may be given like time period instead of short period. Clear? Instead of each day, like every afternoon, in the evening, something like that. Okay, so you get the idea. You should be aware of these kind of paraphrases. third, there is a place on site where you can wash clothes. So in whichever camp you can wash your clothes, that campsite will be your answer. So can you tell me the word which is used for washing clothes? Yes, laundry. Yeah, there instead of washing clothes, it may be given word like laundry. Fourth, a member of staff is available to help visitors. Oh, sorry, is available all day to help visitors. So in whichever paragraph they will say some a member of team, a member of staff, or someone in the office is available to help visitors during office hours, normal office hours, all day. Okay, so that paragraph will be your answer. Fifth, visitors to this campsite can go swimming in the winter. So you can go swimming even in the winter, not only in summers but in winters. So I guess I have read something like that somewhere. Like, I do you know what these kind of pools are known as? I believe all season or all weather pool, something like that. I think all season pools, because winter season, summer season, these are the different seasons. So I believe it is these pools are called all season pools. So but whatever they are, we will know when we will read the paragraph. So what we will do now is we will read the a paragraph. And one more thing, after reading the a paragraph, I will try to make you understand side by side. I will give you around 10 seconds to tell me if any answer is in a paragraph, and if it is, which is that. Clear? So let's read the a paragraph. This campsite, which opens in the summer months only, is in the middle of a country park. So this campsite is open in summer months only. So now, if we read this particular information, for only this paragraph, I'm trying to explain you. We know fifth answer, fifth question cannot be our answer, because here it is open in winter also, but it opens only in summer. Clear? So you have to eliminate some options like this also. The site is next to a large lake and there's woodland nearby to explore. So this particular site is next to, meaning to say close to a large lake, and there is a woodland, basically forest, nearby to explore. If you don't fancy sleeping in a tent, you can book a pod. These are all heated and furnished with beds. Facilities on site include hot showers and a small shop. So these kind of facilities, you can explore, or you can have. What these facilities are: hot showers and a small shop. I hope the paragraph is clear. Now you will get around 10 seconds to tell me the answer, and your time starts now. Okay, time's up. Let's read the questions together. First question: you can pay to hire a tent at this campsite. Can this be our answer? No. Do not get confused. Here they are saying if you don't fancy a tent, you can book a pod. But this is saying you can pay to hire a tent. You want to sleep in a tent and you are trying to hire because you didn't bring your own tent, something like that. So that's why you are hiring. Second, there is a short period each day when you cannot use the shower. Is there any mention of not being able to use showers? No. So this can be our answer. Third, is there any mention of washing clothes? Obviously not. Is there any mention of member of staff available to help you? No, there is no mention of that either. Fifth, we have already established this cannot be our answer. So in a paragraph, we do not have any answer. So this is the paragraph which is, you can say, free. B paragraph. Treetops Farm. This campsite, which is on a working farm, is open all year. So this particular campsite, it is open all year. The site itself is a car-free zone, and you will need to park near the farmhouse and carry your belongings and the tent to the camping area. So it's a car-free zone. So you cannot take your cars there. So you will need to park near the farmhouse and carry your belongings and the tent there. The facilities are simple, but the washrooms, which are closed daily for an hour from midday for cleaning, have free hot water for shower. So these are the facilities. The facilities They are simple, but the washrooms that are closed daily for an hour for cleaning, but they have hot showers, free hot showers. Okay, so again, you will get around 10 seconds for this, and time starts now. Okay, time's up. Let's read the questions together. First, you can pay to hire a tent at. Okay, is there any information of paying to hire a tent? Nope. So this is not our answer. Second, there is a short period each day when you cannot use showers. Is there any mention of this? Yes. This is our answer. B. So let me write here. Question 2. Where it is written? Yes, here. So there are washrooms which are closed for cleaning, and then you can use hot showers there. I hope it is clear. So here it is written closed. So cannot use the shower because they are closed, and short period of day for an hour from midday. Clear? Now let's read the C paragraph. Okay, be careful, there is no like information given because like most of the time there is information like NB, you may use n letter more than one, so we do not have to read the other questions for this. C. The Downs. This campsite, which is open from April to November but closed during the coldest months. So this campsite, it is open from April to November, but during the coldest month it is closed. Is surrounded by beautiful countryside that's perfect for cycling and walking. Okay, so this is surrounded by this particular countryside, so it is surrounded by countryside and it is perfect for cycling and walking. Facilities on site include a laundry room as well as showers and a small shop. So these are the facilities available. There's a pub that serves hot food each evening in the nearby village, which is only a 10-minute drive away. So there is also a pub if you want to eat hot food there. It is close to the village and it's only a 10-minute drive away. Okay, now again, you will have around 10 seconds for this to tell me the answer, and your time starts now. Time's up. So let's read the questions together. First, pay to hire a tent. Is there any mention of paying to hire a particular tent? Nope. Second, we have done obviously. Third, there is a place to wash clothes. Is there any mention of like a place to wash clothes? Yes, there is. So this is our answer. Let me write here. C. So where it is written, there is a place to wash clothes. Yes, let me uncheck this first. Here, facilities on the site include a laundry room. So if you have a laundry room there, so you can wash your clothes there. Question 3. I hope it is clear. Now, do not get confused here. Obviously, it is written like we have they have showers, but there is no information regarding whether they are closed or not. Okay, so let's read the D paragraph now. Blue Water Bay. This perfectly flat grass campsite, which is open in the summer months only. So this campsite is open only in for the summer months. Is only a few minutes walk from the beach. There's a shower room on site and also a farm shop which is open until 8 p.m. where you can buy anything you need for a barbecue basically. So there there are showers, okay, and a farm shop which is open until 8 p.m. So after 8 p.m. that shop closes and you can buy anything you need for your barbecue. If you haven't got a tent, the site offers pre-pitched ones that can be rented by the day. So if you do not have tents, so you can uh, rent a tent, okay, for the day. Clear? So now you have around 10 seconds. Tell me the answer. Your time starts now. Okay, time's up. Let's read the information together. I hope you have gotten the answer. You can pay to hire a tent at this campsite. Is there any mention of you can hire a tent? Yes, this is our answer. D. Where it is written you can hire a tent, here if you haven't got a tent, you can rent one. So if you are renting something, this is a synonym of hiring. I hope it is clear. Let's read the e paragraph now. This large campsite, which is open all year, offers a range of facilities. So this particular campsite is open all year. Let me Okay. So this particular campsite is open all year round. Offers a range of facilities as well as shower rooms and a cafe serving cooked meals. There's an indoor pool and games room. So what kind of facilities are there? There's like several shower rooms, there's a cafe, okay, there's an indoor pool and there's a games room. For anyone keen on countryside walks, there are miles of footpaths in the nearby national park. So if you want to like go for a walk, so there are miles of footpaths in the nearby national park, so you can go for a walk there as well. So now you have around 10 seconds and the time starts now. Okay, time's up. Let's read the questions. So obviously first three questions we have done. Now only what fourth and fifth are left. So fourth, is there any mention of a member of staff available to help visitors or help you all day? No, there is no mention of that. So, is there any mention of you can go swimming in winter there also? Yes, there is. This is our answer. E paragraph. Where it is written, can you tell me? Yes, indoor pool. We have already marked here. So first they have said this particular campsite is open all year around. So it is open for all year, be it like summer, winter, whatever time of the year is, it is open for all year, and it has an indoor pool, so you can go swimming in the winter as well. Clear? Let's read the F paragraph. So obviously only one question is left, and we know A is in A paragraph we don't have any answer, so this answer should be in F. But we will read this particular thing. This small family-owned campsite has space for 50 tents and is only open in summer. So they are saying that this is a small family-owned campsite, and it can we can only have space for 50 tents, and it is open only in the summer. It's just a 5-minute walk to the sea, so is perfect for anyone looking for a beach holiday. There's a small shop on site, and there's always someone in the campsite office from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. if you need assistance or have a problem. Okay, so we know the answer to this is F, so you will get around 10 seconds. Tell me where the location exactly is, and time starts now. Okay, time's up. So the location is here. There is someone. Let me first mark it. This was question 4. So there is always someone in the campsite office from this to this. Meaning to say all day there is always someone. Always meaning to say there will be someone available to help you if you need assistance or if you have a problem. I hope it is clear. Now moving on to the remaining questions. This is our second paragraph of this particular section 1. For this, if you look here, you have questions 6 to 14. So this here are your questions 6 to 14. So just give me one sec. Okay, so the title says cycling in Plymouth. So it is a like I believe a town in England. So we this is about cycling in this particular place. So let's see the question that's on the right hand side. So we have to do true, false, not given. So when we will write true, when the statement agrees with the information, so whatever the statement is or the question is, it agrees with the information in the text, we will write true. When the statement contradicts the information, we will say false. And if there is no information on this particular statement in the paragraph, we will say not given. I will explain to you every question, like why this will be true, why this will be false, or why this will be not given, and then you will get to tell me the answer. So what we're going to do is we're going to read the question and then we will read the paragraph. So are you ready? So let's start. Sixth question. The number of traffic free cycle paths in the city is increasing. So when the answer will be true, when the number of these particular thing in the city is increasing, then the answer will be true. When the answer will be false, when there can be two cases, either when the number is decreasing or the number remains the same. So if the number is like decreasing, we will say false, or if the number is the same, like it was like 20 and then today is now 20, so it is not either increasing, neither decreasing nor increasing. So if it's the same, we will say again false. But it's if it is decreasing, we will say again false. So opposite of the increasing is two option, either decreasing or same, so we will say false. And when the answer will be not given, if we don't know what is happening to the number of cycle paths, if the number is increasing, decreasing, or it is the same, if we don't know anything like that, we will say the answer to this is not given. Clear? Let's read the question. Oh, sorry. Let's read the text. Cycling in the city is relatively stress free. As well as providing a growing number of cycle paths that are traffic free, local governments has also very dedicated cycle lanes to many routes. Okay, so we have found the location. So this is our location. So if you see traffic free, so this is our location. So now again you will get around 10 seconds, tell me the answer, and your time starts now. Okay, time's up, and the answer to this question is true. I hope you all got it correct. Why it is true? Because here they are saying increasing the number of cycle traffic free cycle paths is increasing. Here they are saying providing a growing number of cycle paths that are traffic free. So growing number is increasing. I hope it is clear. Let's read the seventh question then. You are likely to reach your destination faster if you drive in the city than if you cycle. So the first, let's understand the question. So the question is saying you are likely, it's possible that you can reach your destination faster if you drive in the city than if you cycle. So if you go by car, you will reach your destination quicker than if you go by cycle. If that is the case, then our answer will be true. But if that is not the case, basically you can reach your destination faster if you cycle than you drive, then the answer will be false. Or if there is no difference, like whether you go by cycle, whether you go by your car, you will reach your destination approximately the same time, there is no difference, you will reach at the same time, so that even then the answer will be false. Okay, so be very careful about these kind of scenarios. And when the answer will be not given, when we don't know whether we will take more time or less time in while riding, driving, or cycling, so then the answer will be not given. I hope it is clear. So let's read it. Local government has also added, okay, a journey in the city by bike is generally quicker than the same journey by car, especially at peak times, and you can travel door to door, which saves additional time. Okay, so this is our location. So now you will, I hope you have got the answer. You will get around 10 seconds. Tell me the answer. Time starts now. Okay, time's up. And our answer to this question is false. Oh, where I have written. Sorry about that. So, answer to this question is false. Why it is false? Because here they are saying going by car is quicker than going by cycle, but here they are saying going by bike basically bicycle, is generally quicker than the same journey by car. So it's the opposite of the statement. So that's why, okay, here I have also written 8, so there will be 7. So that's why the answer to this will be false. Hope it is clear. Moving on to the next question, number 8. There are numerous days in the winter when the weather prevents you cycling. So they're saying that there are numerous days. So there will be like a lot of days, numerous basically a lot, okay, or many days in the winter season when the weather prevents you from cycling. Okay, so because there may be blizzards or snowstorms or heavy snowfall, because of that, but some particular like scenario or these particular kind of hazards, you will not be able to cycle, and there will be many days like that. If that is the case, our answer will be true. But if that is not the case, like there is no way, there is no weather to prevent you from cycling, or the days are rare or limited, then even then our answer will be false. And if we don't know whether such kind of days exist or not, if there is no information like this, our answer will be not given. Let's read the information further. A further benefit of cycling is that it is cheaper than running a car. Now they're talking about the economical aspect. So it's cheaper than running a car. Even if you include the cost of an occasional taxi, it's also good for you. You will need a cycle for a recommended minimum of 20 days, 20 minutes a day if you want to improve your fitness. So now they're talking about financial aspect and your fitness, but nothing about prevent you from cycling. So we'll continue reading. If you have only recently decided to take up cycling, summer is a good time to start. So they are saying that if you have recently decided that you want to do cycling, then summer is a good time to start. However, the weather is rarely so bad in Plymouth that it will stop you from cycling. So here is our information. Stop you from cycling, prevents you from cycling. So this is our location. Now you will get around 10 seconds. Tell me the answer, and time starts now. Okay, time's up, and answer to this question is false. I hope you all got it correct. So one more thing, if you need more time to like decide the answer or to find out the answer, you can pause the video, and when you are ready with your answer, you can continue. So why it is false? Because here they are saying numerous days where you will be not able to do cycling, but here they're saying the weather is rarely so bad that it will stop you cycling. So rarely means it's like next to zero, okay, next to no. So the days will be few and far between it. There will be not a lot of days like that when you will not be able to cycle. I hope it is clear. Moving on to the ninth question. Using a bike app to hire a bike is very popular. Okay, so now they're talking about app. So there may be some kind of app and to hire a bike, so like Uber, something like that, and it's very popular. So if that is the case, like bike app is very popular among people, like they often book bikes from that particular app, then our answer will be true. But if their bike app is not so popular and they hire bicycle by some other means, like by phoning or something like that, whatever other method is, then answer will be false. And if we don't know about what's popular, how they book bikes, something like that, if we don't have any information regarding that, our answer will be not given. Hope it is clear. So let's sorry about that, let's read it. To get started, you can hire a bike. Various apps are available where you are charged by the hour. If you want to buy a bike, you should think first about the size. Now they are trying to tell you buy. So this is our location. Now you will again, so they're saying if you want to hire a bike, there are various apps available and that charge you by the hour. So that's our location. Now you will have around 10 seconds. Tell me the answer and the time starts now. Okay, time's up. Again, if you need more time, you can pause the video and continue when you're ready. And our answer is not given. I hope everybody arrived at the correct answer. If not, don't worry, I'll tell you why it is not given. Now, here they are saying there are various apps available that charge you by the hour, so you can hire a bike from those apps. But using these apps, like what's the level of the popularity? Are they very popular? Are they less popular? Do people like uh, prefer them or do people despise them? We have no information regarding that. That's why the answer to this particular question will be not given. I hope it is clear. Moving on to the 10th question. You will have to pay a higher price to buy a bike that is light. So let's understand the question now. So they're saying you basically we will have to pay a higher price. So why? Because if we want to buy purchase a bike that is light in weight, that's lightweight, then we have to pay a higher price than the bike that is not that particular light. If that is the case, the answer will be true. But if you do not have to pay the higher price, the price of all the bikes are same, then the answer will be false. Or the price of heavier bikes is more than the light bikes, even then the answer will be false. And when the answer will be not given, when we don't know, like is there any difference between the prices of light bikes or heavier bikes? Clear? So let's read the information. If you want to buy a bike, now we are talking about buying bike, you should think first about the size you will need and what you plan to use it for: commuting, shopping, or recreation. When selecting your bike, it's helpful to remember that ones with the lighter frames and good gears make cycling easier but are more expensive. Okay, so here is lighter frame. So this is our location. So you will get around 10 seconds to tell me the answer to this particular question. Time starts now. Okay, time's up. I'm gonna write the answer now, and the answer to this is true. I hope you got the correct answer. You figured out the correct answer. Why it is true? Because they are saying lighter frames more expensive. So the bikes that are lighter framed are more expensive. So you have to pay a higher price. I hope it is clear. Moving on to the 11th now. Only folding bikes can be taken on local trains at any time. So the question says only folding bikes, not any other type of bikes, can be taken on local trains at any time. So any time of the day, be it morning, evening, night, noon, midday, whatever the time of the day is, you can only take folding bikes at any particular time. If that is the case, then the answer will be true. But if any type of bike can be taken at any time of the day, like there is no restriction on the type of the bikes, then the answer will be false. And if we don't know what kind of bikes can be taken at any time of the day, the answer to this will be not given. Let's read the information further. Although most train companies allow bikes on their trains, there are peak time restrictions. Now we are talking about allowing bikes on train. Okay, but there are peak time restrictions. So though most train companies, they do not like mind you taking your bikes on the trains, but there are some restrictions during peak times. Therefore, if you want to take a bike on a local train at peak times, you will need one that folds up. So if you want to take your bike on peak times, that you will need one that folds up. Even outside peak times, most trains have limited space for bikes of any kind, so a reservation in advance in your journey is essential. So now they're talking about reservation. Okay, so obviously this is our location for our question 11. So now you will get around 10 seconds. Tell me the answer, whether it is true, false, or not given, and time starts now. Okay, time's up, and the answer to this is true. Okay, I hope you got it correct. If not, don't worry. I'm gonna explain to you why it's true. So now they're saying only folding bikes can be taken at any time. So now in this particular say, most companies allow like to take bike on their trains, but there are some restriction during peak hours only. But if you have folding bikes, one that folds up, so basically folding bikes, you can take that bike during peak times also. So there is no restriction on that. So at any time. I hope it is clear. You're getting my point. Moving on to 12th question now. You need to book to take a bike on a train at least a week before you travel. Now, what there's a question is saying that if you want to take your bike on a train, you need to book it at least 1 week before you travel. So like you want to go or like anywhere on Monday, so 1 week before Monday you need to book your bike or your seat along with your bike, I believe. So if that is the case, that you need at least 1 week to book your seat, then your answer will be true. But if that's not the case, you can book like on the spot. There is no issue, or like you have to book before 2 days only, 3 days only, whatever the other time period is mentioned. Then the answer will be false. And if we don't know whether like we need to book in advance, if we need to book in advance, so like how long in advance we need to book our ride, then the answer will be not given. So we have, I believe, read something about reservation. Yeah, here. So let's read it again. Even outside peak times, most trains have limited space for bikes of any kind of any kind. So a reservation in advance of journey is essential. So here they're saying if you want to take bike, so reservation is essential. So now you will get around 10 seconds. Tell me the answer to question number. Oh, sorry about that. So you will get around 10 seconds. Tell me the answer to question number 12 and time starts now. Okay, time's up. And the answer to this is not given. I hope you arrived at the correct answer. Why it is not given? Yeah, we need to reserve our seat. We need to do a reservation in advance. Okay, but like it should be at least a week before our travel or 2 days before our travel. What's the time period? We don't have any time period given. Okay, so our answer will be not given. 13th, let's read it. If you are repairing a puncture, you will need a piece of equipment called a tire lever. So okay, sorry about that. I haven't changed the color, so don't worry about that. So, if you are repairing a puncture, then you will need a equipment called tire lever. So, if that is the case, like if that equipment is called tire lever and that is the case, the answer will be true. But if you need something else, then the answer will be false. And if you don't know what kind of equipment you need to fix a puncture, the answer will be not given. Clear? Let's read the information. If you plan to maintain your bike, you will also need to buy a certain equipment, a pump, a spare inner tube, and tire levers for mending punctures. So here they are given. So now you will have around 10 seconds. Tell me the answer, and the answer I believe is quite straightforward. The time starts now. Time's up, and the answer to this question is true. So Yes, if you want to maintain a bike, you will need these equipments, and it is called tire levers and for mending punctures. Clear? Let's look at the last question of this particular video. Broken glass is the most common cause of tire puncture. So, broken glass, like glass laying on the road, broken glass laying on the road, it's the most common cause of tire punctures. If that is the case, like if the most tires are punctured because of broken glass, then the answer will be true. But if that is not the case, some other cause is the most common instead of the broken glass, the answer will be false. And if we don't know if whether the broken glass is the most common or not, or something else is the most common or not, or which is the most common, if we don't have any information on that, the answer should be not given. Hope it is clear. Let's read the information now. If you get a puncture, see if you can find out the cause, such as piece of broken glass, and remove it. Here it is, piece of broken glass. If you need to replace an inner tube, its size, okay, so it's about tube. So now here's the information, and you have 10 seconds. Time starts now. So let me first do this. Okay, and the answer to this question is not given. So I hope you got it correct. Why it is not given? Because though there is information that whether you can find out the cause like a piece of broken glass, but whether broken glass is the most common cause of tap punctures or not, we don't have any information regarding that, or we do not know which is the most common cause of tire punctures. So we don't have any information regarding that. So that's why the answer to this will be not given. Hope it is clear. So this is how you should solve your reading. So it will help you to get correct answers every time without fail. So you should not match words, but what you should do is you should match the meaning of these statements and the text. I hope it is clear. I will see you in the next video then. Till then, take care and goodbye.